Coach, this win ties you with Dan McCarney for first all-time for Iowa State head coaching wins. Just how impactful, how meaningful is this win to you?
Yeah, you know, I know you guys talked a little bit about that earlier this week. I think the reality of those things, those milestones, are what makes our sport really important still in this world today. Is it's team, right? This is not about any individual, and to be able to be at one place with so many great people for as long as I have, I'm just grateful for that. And you know, we've got great coaches, we've got great players, obviously we've got great administration here and great leadership at the president level. I think that's what's made it really a joy to be here. But the reality of it is none of these things are about, it's about longevity of one, and it's about great team, and we're fortunate to have great people here.
Carson Hansen looked really strong today. Could you just talk about his performance a little bit?
Yeah, you know, I just think, again, that backfield, there's a lot of guys that ran the football well today. And, you know, there's a lot of competition consistently back there. And, man, I think we're really fortunate those guys push each other. And Carson has just been, I think what's fun for me is he was really injured through the most part of the last football season. And for him to finally be healthy, I think you're starting to see a really healthy football player and a really confident football player. And yeah, we're really proud of him. It's exciting to watch him to continue to grow forward. And you know, I think he'll be a key piece of our football team if we want to continue to play at the level we've got the ability to play.
And Matt, you played 8 offensive linemen. I think in the first half, a lot of guys got in well every position. But to have Travis out there, to have Hazard out there, and Burr, and I mean, just how would you describe how that unit played?
Well, I think the biggest thing to me, again, it's like the running back room. You know, there's competition, and when there's competition, then you better come to practice and you better play to what your capability is. And when you don't, somebody else is going to take your spot. And so I think that's the thing that's a little bit rewarding about our football team right now is, you know, we're finally built with some depth here that we've got the ability to have the competition we need to have to be successful. And you know, it's great to get some of those guys healthy. Obviously, Jalen healthy. Man, for those guys to get their first steps, or first opportunities and first steps to playing football, I think that's big for our football team, and I think it'll only continue to elevate the competition as we get into practice.
And to go back to the running backs' performance, how rewarding was it to see, you know, Dylan Lee hit a touchdown, to see Aiden get it? I mean, you're not trying to at the end of the game, but I mean.
Yeah, you know, I just think, again, for us, there is so many key people that make our team successful. I mean, Aiden Flora literally was running quarterback against the defense all week. And Aiden has been one of the highlights, in my opinion, of fall camp. And for a young man like that to get the opportunity to get in the game and then to play positive football, I think that's huge. And I think, again, the more people we play, the better our football team's always going to be. And so excited Dylan Lee continues to impress, and be fun to see how he really played throughout the football game, but continues to go forward. And again, it fosters great competition and camaraderie on our team.
With that competition at running back, I mean, you guys traditionally have one guy that wins the race. How do you manage it going forward when it seems like there's 3 guys that seem pretty close?
Yeah, I think the reality of it is you keep guys fresh. And, you know, during a couple of our years at Toledo, we were kind of in the same boat and had some great players emerge from it. I think when we had that, I think the thing that was really positive is the freshness that those guys can run the football with. And so I think, again, those can be real positives, and we'll have to do a great job of evaluating practice, making sure we put the guys in the right position. But I think the fun thing about those 3 guys is they're all very similar runners, and they can do very similar things.
Matt, I think back to Darian Porter blocking that punt today. He's pretty good at that. What makes him so excellent in that area?
Yeah, you know, Darian is really become good at a lot of things, which is really fun. But special teams was his starting point here. You know, has blocked so many punts for us, and you know, again, to be able to do that, you have to have elite fundamental detail in what you do, and that is really what Darian is. His precision as a young football player to now a veteran football player has been so fun to watch. I mean, you can't have a misstep. You got to be precise. You got to be able to be right there at the right point in the moment, and you know, look like a perfect snap and a perfect punt. To be honest with you, I think the get-off time was 2.0, which is standard, and I think Darian's was 1.95. You know, which is pretty darn good. And so again, precision, detail. He's an elite special teams player and become an elite football player for us.
And then in that secondary, it looked like a lot of tip passes and stuff today. What did you see from that unit?
Yeah, you know, again, to be able to make some plays on the ball and turn the football over is really big. You know, our football team, you know, that's something we continue to stress is obviously taking care of the ball and creating turnovers, and to be able to do that at times today, I thought was really big.
Obviously excited to be 3-0. I would imagine, but how excited are you to get this team in the Big 12 play and continue to prove yourself?
Yeah, I think the last part of your question is right. Like, we got a lot to prove. I mean, football team that's got a lot of work to do. Obviously, when you get into conference play, you know, you want to be at least creating some momentum for yourself, and I do feel like, you know, we were able to do some of that at times today, but, you know, to win in the Big 12 is hard, and to win week in and week out is really, really hard, and it's going to take everything we got. And so I think the challenge for us, can we keep getting better? Can you keep improving? Can you continue to show up? You know, obviously we've got to go on the road next week, which isn't easy to do, and it's really hard to win conference games on the road, and it'd be a great challenge for us next Saturday.
How do you feel like